minutes later.
Ah, and then he just plopped it. Okay, so you don't even have to worry about being sequential with this. No. You can just get the shit out and figure it out later. So now we need to take a step back with the fundamentals of the side hustle and figure out, what are you trying to do with this? Do you want this just to be a thing you do on the weekends because you love whatever it is and you like making a bit of money? Do you want this to take over your full-time job eventually? Do you want to sell it for millions and move to a private island and tame jungle cats? Whatever you want. But this will determine the type of business you take up. And this comes back to capital costs. So if you just want to have a weekend side hustle of something you love, you don't want the setup of this business to be $30,000 because you're putting in jeopardy your own financial health to start this. And I know, like, you hear dudes like Elon Musk and Tesla and Virgin and blah, 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 and I sold my last cat and I used the money from my cat to start my billion-dollar company, whatever, I don't care. Most people are too risk-averse to put large amounts of capital up for something that's not successful. If you don't want to put a large bunch of risk capital up and you just want some income, invest in shares or investment property. Okay, so when you're thinking about what sort of side hustle you want to set up, don't get married to ideas early. In fact, don't ever get married to business ideas. They'll come, they'll go. If you get too emotionally attached to your business, you'll make dumb decisions in it because you'll be affected by your emotions and not the commercial reality of the business. So what this means is when you're assessing ideas for a business, don't be scared to burn them quickly. Come up with ideas, figure out, can they make money? Are they popular? Ask a few friends. If you're like, meh, kill it. Don't get attached, don't chase your dream of painting like landscapes of the beach and selling them for $30,000 each. If no one, just get rid of it if it's silly. So let's say you've gotten through all of these ideas about your side hustle, you've decided it doesn't suck, it looks pretty promising, you think you can make some money, there's probably some demand. All right, sweet, what's the next step? The next step is to launch a sample or MVP, a minimum viable product to test the market. So, step one, come up with a brand, come up with a logo. Let's say we're gonna start Nick Kitten's Kitten Business. What do? I don't know. What a terrible idea. Okay, so step one, we need to come up with a logo and a basic brand first. I have a whole other video about why brand matters and if brand matters, but right now we're just testing a concept, so we just want something out in the marketplace. Now, sometimes it can be crucial to get your brand right at the start, some situations not so much. Here's what it is. I want to give harmonica lessons to kids. I don't know if they'll want it. I think they will, but I need to test it. So what I'm going to do, I'm picking a name I like. Monica's Harmonicas. I know my name's not Monica, but whatever, that's what we've got. The next thing I do is go to a website like Fiverr.com and look for someone to generate a logo for me. A cheap logo will probably cost you $70 or so. No, easy. That's got you off the ground. You can also find logo makers for free online, or you can design one yourself. But now you have a logo and some colors. Next step, grab some domains. You need a website, whatever you're doing these days. monicasharmonicas.com, go on GoDaddy, grab it, download it, $20, done. Next step, you need a website and some social media. What does that mean? Go on squarespace.com, $22 a month, you get a free trial, build a really basic landing website to catch customers' details. Plus grab your social media, get that moving. Next step, you're gonna need some content made. Monica's Harmonicas is played by a very successful harmonica player, whatever. What I'm gonna do, I'm getting some concert footage of me playing the harmonica, some other photos of me playing the harmonica, spend a little bit of money or get a photography friend to take some photos of you with it to look professional. Go on again, Fiverr or an outsourcing platform, get someone to build a whole bunch of sayings and shit, just content for your social media to get it moving so it looks like you're active. Next, you need to figure out your price point. So what you can do is, now you've got the website running, now you've got social media running, message to all your friends in your groups. Be like, hey, I'm running harmonica lessons. Do you want to learn how to play a harmonica? Maybe you do. Figure out your price point. Try $20 an hour, try $50 an hour, try $100 an hour, figure it out. That will then show you naturally where it sits in the marketplace. A lot of people will undercharge at this stage. That's fine. We're running on the model fail fast, fail cheap. You just want to see if someone will give you money for this service. Here's the hardest part of the whole thing. Once you got all this stuff set up, you just got to grind on it. You need to talk to every single person about your concept. Be like, hey, by the way, I've started this. I want to try this. What do you think of this? And get people in the door. Get people interested, get word of mouth out. You can do social media ads and things like that, but A lot of the time that can be expensive and take a lot of effort. What you want to do right now is tell as many people as possible and just get some feedback and see if you can get someone to pay. Because at the end of the day, a side gig you're not paid for is a hobby. Because at the end of the day, a side gig you're not paid for is a hobby. As soon as someone pays you, that means your service is valid in one way or another. A lot of people worry at this point about undercharging. That's fine. At the moment, you have no customer base and no reputation. So any money is better than no money. As your business builds momentum, there's a whole strategy about raising your prices and increasing your value. Now's not the time. If you find after 2 months of running this, you've had no customers, sorry, your idea doesn't work, kill it. And that's okay. So there's nothing wrong with killing an idea. It doesn't work, that's fine. It's better that you tried and it didn't work and now you know, than you spend your entire life mentally jerking off about the fact that you could have been the world's best harmonica instructor. Have a run at it. If it fails, come up with something else. Don't get married too much to ideas, just keep moving through them. So I don't know what the exact amount of money ended up being for doing this business proof of concept. I think it was under about 300 bucks. I don't know, I'll look it up later. But my point is, all you need is around 300 bucks to run this proof of concept. If you don't want to spend 300 bucks to test your concept out, then I think you may not be that confident in your concept to begin with, and maybe you need to revise it. You're essentially making an investment of 300 bucks to figure out whether or not this is worth doing. Secondarily, if you say, but Nick, I don't have 300 bucks to spend on my side hustle, then you really need to think about getting your personal finances sorted out before you end up launching into a side hustle. You're splitting your focus if you're running on two things, and if your house isn't in order at the base level, you're gonna have all sorts of problems with another gig. So yeah, test it out, launch a side hustle. What's the worst thing that can happen? No one's gonna laugh at you. And if people laugh at you, they're a dick. Why would you laugh at someone trying something new? I reckon I have failed more businesses than I've succeeded at. And you know what? Some of the stories are pretty funny. In fact, I'll have a whole other video on businesses I fucked up.